Hello again, and welcome to the I Feel Like Roasting Show. I am your host, Kevin McCarthy, and I am back with some hip-hop news today. I was going to do some more work on some political news, some more boring stuff, but there is some great hip-hop news out there that I just had to talk about some of these topics. It's just too good not to. Let's see, where did we begin? Why not start with Young Chop? Young Chop is officially in jail. What a surprise out there. It's a shocker, I know. Nobody saw it coming. Young Chop in jail with no bail. In jail, no bail. That's a bar. Yes, Young Chop has shockingly been arrested. I don't know how this happened. He has been acting completely normal, like any normal sane man would. I call out Drake and 21 Savage every week. Yeah, Young Chop has, not been showing any weird signs. I don't get what the commotion is here. We look completely normal calling out, people probably were just sitting at home, barely ever even heard of the guy. In case you haven't, you don't know the story, the Young Chop is the producer of many Chief Keef hits, like Don't Like, Love SOSA. He's called a drill music pioneer, and he is in his own right. Those are huge songs. He's worked on Yeezus with Kanye West. He's done a lot, and seemingly was normal. Not completely. You can look at his old interviews, like with Vlad, like when he talks about Slim Jesus, and he was always like a goofy kind of dude, smiling, but it all seemed to be in good fun. He was just, having a good time, enjoying life. He was very close to his mother. You could see in the Vice documentary and things, his mother used to drive him around in a BMW that he bought her. He didn't have his license at the time. He was only like 20. Still didn't have his license. He enjoyed hanging out with his mom, having his mom drive him around. I thought that was cool. You get rich and famous, but you're like, I still want to spend time with my mom. I love her. Let's have her be my driver. It seemed all, great for him, and I really liked his attitude back then. He just seemed like a fun-loving guy in the middle of the Chicago drill scene, Chirac, the murder capo. You had this kind of like goofy-ish guy making some of the best beats at the time. Young Chop was a fascinating guy to me. I loved that personality. And now it's sadly his mother passes away. About 4 years ago, she passed away from a brain aneurysm while he was there in the house, supposedly. They prayed while she was passing away. Really sad, traumatic thing to have happen. And in that same week, I guess his grandmother passed away, and his aunt or uncle, one of the two, either his aunt or, yeah, I think it was his aunt, but he had 3 family relatives pass away within a couple weeks. His mom passed away with him in the house. He heard her scream and came to her aid as she said she was dying. It's so sad to hear him, explain what happened, and obviously he's got some trauma from that. He's got 9 out of 10 people are gonna have severe PTSD from that, and who could blame him? Most people are gonna react badly to that, and just gonna struggle moving on from there, especially if you're close to your mother, as close as he was. We're all close to our mother, but he seemed to be, that was they were a duo. He was very close to his mother, and I can understand that, having not having a father that doubles it up. It clearly took an insane toll on him, and you can see in the way he talks in the whole Gilly the Kid, he had this interview on Live where he dissed 21 Savage, Meek Mill, Drake, French Montana. He disses all these people, Diddy. It's just, you can see in his mannerisms, his eyes, you can see there's something, a lot of people have been saying he's manic, and I don't know if it's like schizophrenic or bipolar. I had a friend in college who was bipolar, and that's what I'm leaning towards here. Bipolar is like you're really, high energy, happy, and like he is, smiling, always, a lot of just energy and doing crazy things. Just that's what he seems like. He's on one of these manic highs, and the sad thing is that my friend was like this, overly happy all the time, just always doing something crazy or whatever, just always moving around doing stuff, talking weird stories out of nowhere, just the way Young Chop was, like talking about stuff without, like on the Gilly the Kid interview, Young Chop would just be bringing up random shit that Gilly the Kid didn't even ask about, and that's exactly how my friend was. So he's on this manic high, and sadly my friend was on one of those for, those highs for a long time, and then when they drop off the highs, they go into this deep depression. And my friend, rest in peace to him, in college, took his own life in those lows. So that's why I worry about this Young Chop thing, because this is more serious than people kind of know. If he is having this manic episode and everything, now being in jail and everything, if he goes to a low, stops the manic episode and bottoms out into that deep depression, it's supposedly, I know from my friend killed himself in a horrific way, and it's really, so I know firsthand. I mean, it was incredibly sad. They go into a really deep depression. So Young Chop, if he's in a jail cell, I hope they have him on suicide watch. I really do. Most celebrities and rich people, they usually put on suicide watch right away, because it's like so shocking to go from mansions and being rich to in a fucking cement closet for, whoever knows how long. So I think I've heard that they usually put celebrities on suicide watch right away. So hopefully he's on suicide watch, and that's where you literally have nothing. You don't, they strip you of your clothes, of everything on suicide watch. It kind of sucks. They give you a thicker blanket than the usual blanket and everything, but you literally can have nothing, because you could hang yourself. You got nothing besides your bed to lay on and the blanket, and that's it. And they watch you, and it's for your own safety and everything, and that's best. If Young Chop breaks out of this high and all of a sudden realizes what he's done, he's taken a severe hit his career-wise. Who's gonna want to work with him as much now? I mean, his name was gold back when Chief Keef's hits were ringing off. Now he's gotten, cold. He's trying to rap. His songs are all right at best, and who's gonna want beats from him when there's so many good producers right now? They're pretty much a dime a dozen. You could go to so many on the tracks, Hit Boy, Metro Boomin, London on the Track, anyone, Weezy. You could go to so many. Boy Wonder. I don't see anyone wanting to work with Young Chop the way he is. Why would they trust him? They think, he's going to tell some wild story about them after they leave or whatever. Why would any artist want to risk that? So I just don't see how he's going to ever make beats for anyone big again. And maybe Chief Keef. But even that, I saw he was beefing with G Herbo, and I mean, who's he gonna, besides Lil Durk, maybe he'll work with him, but I can see even them leaving his side, and that's where the trouble is. If he doesn't bottom out in jail, if he still is trying to pretend to be hard, and jail doesn't break him, once Durk or everyone doesn't want to work with him, then he might go into this deep depression. And if he's not in jail, then he actually could hurt himself. He's got guns, and that's what it worries about. The mental health thing is nothing to joke around with. He lost his mom, his best friend. He lost his grandmother, his aunt. He's lost a lot of family members. He's kind of all alone, and now if he realizes he's got no one to work with, his music cools off, he starts going broke. I just worry about his mental health, so it's nothing to really joke around with. We're all joking right now, like, it's funny to watch, kind of, not really funny, but everyone's like laughing at it, but everyone knows how serious this is, chasing around 21 Savage in his hood and getting shot at in an Uber. He literally had an Uber shot up. What if that Uber driver got killed? He's gonna get arrested. Or what if he got killed? He's shooting at people off his porch and it's on camera and he's posting it. Like, what if he shot that person? It sounded like just a fan or something. It sounded like a white kid yelling his name and he shoots at him off the porch. What if he actually hit him and there's a murder charge? So Young Chop, just sadly, I don't think this story is going to end well. And, just hopefully he gets the help he needs, maybe in jail. Sadly, maybe jail could save him because he's safe from himself and hurting anyone else right now. And maybe they get him on medication. I know you can see a mental person there, a therapist, and they put you on meds. Maybe he gets on the right meds and actually takes them in there because it gives you something to do for 5 minutes. You get to get up, see the nurse, and take your medication. Literally gives you 5 minutes of entertainment. So, I don't know. Usually people get on meds in there because they're like, God, anything besides just being completely normal. So, they try to get meds. So, maybe it could save him. Who knows? But he needs some sort of saving grace right now. Someone, I don't think he'll listen to anybody out there right now. When you're on this manic high, you don't want to listen to anybody. So I just hope, he gets the help he needs, because this mental health is a serious thing and it could take his life. Just like my friends, when they get in that depression, it's like the high he's on now, imagine that in a depressed form. So it's really bad, supposedly. Really high highs, but really low lows. And he's going to just think about everyone he lost and the PTSD he's going through, seeing his mother die. He's troubled, man. He's got some problems, and I just hope he gets the help he needs. And let's hope it's not another sad story. I'll pray for Young Chop. Seriously, it's not even a joke. Hopefully he's all right there. I think putting him in jail, though, was the best thing you could do for him. I think that's what his probation officer basically did. They're like, we got to put this guy in jail. Seriously, they probably violated him just because of everything he's been doing on Instagram Live. And it's the safest place for him right now. I think they know that. Everyone knows that. So pray for Young Chop, man. Hopefully he's all right. Next